Hello, it is Tuesday and it's a new weekly reading vlog, and I don't know what's going on with my hair at the moment. So I did not vlog yesterday because I didn't finish work till 8 PM and by that point I was just so tired. Granted, did not go to sleep until gone midnight, but we don't need to talk about that. And yes, I'm in my kitchen because I've got the coffee machine on and I'm boiling some eggs. I thought I would just give you yesterday's updates and Sunday's. So Sunday I had a bit of a meh. I was trying out this new editing software and it just was not cooperating. I think it's my computer and not the actual software. I think the software is too good for the computer because the computer is like 10 years old. Not the screen, just the actual tower. So end of the month I'm going to buy myself a new tower. My boyfriend's going to help me find one that is good for me. But so consequently I did not get to finish Sabriel. However, I did finish it yesterday and oh my god, this ending was so good. And so yeah, I don't really know how much I can say about this, but basically this is like necromancy and we love a bit of necromancy. Sabriel's father is a person, which he basically has these bells and this sword and can like go into death and either help people go past the final gate into death or come back, but you're not supposed to do that because obviously necromancy is bad. But there's a big evil and a person goes missing and Sabriel has to basically find her dad and save the world from death basically. But it's very good. I really enjoyed it. I weirdly don't remember anything about it from my first read, so that's weird. But so this was like reading the book for the first time, weirdly, but me and Fran both really enjoyed it, so that's a plus. And Belle has just opened the back door and now the sun is coming in, so please ignore the lighting. When I say open the back door, it wasn't actually shut, it was like pulled to, and she's like opened it with her paw. And then yesterday's updates, I started reading Assassin's Apprentice, so I am actually reading the ebook for this because I can't read writing that small at the moment. My eyes are not gonna work. I'm not sure if it's the book or the fact I was really tired yesterday, but I'm unsure about this. So we read the first 59 pages and yeah, I'm a bit unsure. So at the moment we're just learning about Fitz. Obviously he is the bastard son of the prince. You've probably heard about this if you watch other booktubers. This is like a staple read. But yeah, this is basically you just finding out how he is basically abandoned at the keep. And yeah, it's at the moment he's only 10 years old and he's just been noticed by the king, and the king wants to use him to an advantage, so he's now starting to be trained. And yeah, there's nothing really else I can say about this at the moment. I'm a bit unsure about it. Like I said, I don't know if it was the writing or if it was just me being tired and not really clicking with it, but check my eggs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go, and hopefully I can get on with it. But it's very wordy. I feel like it's more wordy than it has to be, which is why I think I might struggle with this. And considering this one's pretty tiny, this is just under 400 pages. The rest of the books in the Elderling like world are like 900 plus pages, which gonna be interesting. But yeah, so I'm not actually reading the physical copy, but this is my library copy I got, and I'm just like marking where I am so I can update Goodreads with actual page number instead of percentage, because I'm reading on my Kindle. But yeah, that's my update so far. On Friday I did not have a lunch break and I worked until 7 o'clock. So I worked 8 AM till 7 PM with no break whatsoever. Yesterday, because I knew I was going to have to do overtime after work, so I started at my normal time of 9 and I forced myself to have a lunch break. And so I wouldn't be tempted, in my lunch break I walked into town, went to the library to pick up a couple of books and take Infinity Reaper back, and then I grabbed me and my mum meal deal lunches from Tesco Express, because why not? But yeah, that's all I've got to update you so far. I'm really looking forward to my Eurovision-a-thon TBR going up tomorrow. I had fun filming that, even though it was exhausting editing it. but yeah, so that's it for now. I will catch up with you later when maybe read a bit more of this. I still need to finish Love is for Losers. That's my aim for like this side of the week, is to finish Love is for Losers, because I'm halfway through. So yeah, so it is much later, it is almost midnight, but I have updates. So I have read today's buddy read pages of Assassin's Apprentice, and I'm 100 pages in now and I'm not loving it. I'm pretty bored, and I don't know. So we're up to the point, I think he's around about 11 or 12 now, and I'm just not liking it. I'm gonna keep going with it because I'm buddy reading it, but I think if I wasn't buddy reading it, I would just DNF now. But I feel like when it gets to the point where he's late teens, early adult years, that's when it's going to start getting good. So hopefully I just need to like push through a little bit more, but we'll see. And then I don't have a physical copy, but I finished Love is for Losers, and do you know what? I actually really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to, but I could actually really relate to the main character, and not in the sense, obviously I can't relate to a 15-year-old, but looking back on 15-year-old Becca, 15-year-old Becca can relate to 15-year-old Phoebe, and it was just such a light-hearted read. There was one moment where I was sobbing though, and you know, but I absolutely hated Phoebe's mum. She wasn't even in the book for most of it, but I hated her. But it was just so funny. I was literally laughing out loud at bits. But yeah, it came out as a 3-star, which I'm not shocked at. And my Body Shop order come today. So I don't usually show this stuff, but screw it, why not? So I got more of my makeup remover, because this chamomile eye makeup remover is the best, and I don't just use it for my eye makeup, I use it for my whole makeup, and it is the best thing ever. Love it, love it. And then I use these 2 different hair masks from Body Shop, and I run out of both of them. Like I sort of alternate between the 2, and I don't use them every single time I wash my hair. So it's 2 masks. So we have the shea butter one and the banana one, and they are so good. The banana one is the best hair mask I've ever used in my life. So yeah, and then because I not only had a £5 reward from points I'd saved up, but also I had £5 off because on your birthday month they send you a £5 gift voucher. So I had £10 off, so I thought, you know what, screw it. And I got this, it's a caring and purifying hair mist. It's lemon. So I'm gonna give this a go. But yeah, also my Fairy Loot came today, and it's a really good box. There's some beautiful items in, so I've got to film my unboxing for that tomorrow. But yeah, so yeah, tomorrow I'm probably not going to get much reading done. I'm going to read the pages for this, and then I think we're finally continuing our buddy read of Lady Midnight, so I'll read the pages for that, but I can listen to the audiobook of that. And then I need to decide on another book to start reading, because I'm very rapidly running out of time before Eurovision-a-thon starts and I still have big books on my TBR. So yeah, but that's it for today. I am now going to get in my pyjamas and try and get some sleep, because work's gonna be ridiculous tomorrow. But anyway, also my throat is like screwed right now. I can't, it hurts. So I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully feel better tomorrow.
It's getting out of control.
So it's Thursday, it's our anniversary today, so we are going for a walk. I've had to put up with him for 3 years.
I'm not that bad. Mostly I've got to put up with you. And all your books.
Books that he also buys for me, just saying. So yeah, we're going on a walk and I've got more books from the library to collect, so yay. So it is a lot later. Me and Dean had a really nice anniversary. So obviously, as you saw, we went for a walk, and then on our walk home, we made a detour through town and went to the library so I could pick up the books that had come in. So 4 more of my Eurovision thumb books were ready. So we have my Croatia book, my Portugal book, my Lithuania book, and my North Macedonia book. So 4 more to add to the pile. And then I cooked us enchiladas for dinner, and then for dessert Dean ordered us waffles from Creams, which obviously if you don't know, it's this like dessert place. They do like pancakes, waffles, ice cream, all that good stuff. And we got a waffle to share, because the last time we got waffles from there we had one each as an actual meal. We had it as our lunch and one was too much. So this time, especially since we was having it as a dessert, not as a meal, we got one to share, and we got this one. It's a waffle, and it had like chocolate brownie cake on it and then fudge pieces, and it was covered in toffee sauce, and it was so good. And we had like a scoop of vanilla ice cream with it, and it was amazing. But yeah, and then I joined Steph and Jade's Patreon sprints, and I managed to get today's pages of Assassin's Apprentice read. And so I'm 168 pages in. We've read the first 10 chapters, and Jazz and Kelly are both really enjoying this, and they've both been listening to the audiobook. So Kelly let me listen to her audiobook for today's pages, and it didn't make any difference to me. I'm still not enjoying it. And I know you're probably saying, just DNF it if you're not enjoying it. And if it wasn't for the fact I was buddy reading it with Jazz and Kelly, I would DNF it. But what I'm going to do, and I've told them that I'm going to do this, I'm going to force myself through this one. And if by the end of this one I'm still not enjoying it, I'm just not going to continue the series, and they can buddy read the rest of the books without me. because yeah, but I want to at least read this first one because I'm hoping as he gets older the story will get better, but I'm not sure if that will be the case because I'm not loving the writing either. I don't know. I feel so bad saying this. I really wanted to love it and I thought I would because, you know, it sounds amazing. Like, for me, I feel like it is amazing, except the execution of it isn't. I don't know, but I don't want to DNF it because I want to feel so bad because it's, you know, it's a favourite of everyone's. I don't want to DNF it. Anyway, I read today's pages of that and then I started the Ask and the Answer, so I wasn't sure whether to start this or Blood and Honey because they're both very high up on my TBR. They was on my March TBR and I didn't get to them, so they got rolled over to my April TBR and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to read and I was literally just looking at them. So I literally just said to Dean, I was like, Dean, help me. And he was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I was like, right, get a coin, we're gonna flip a coin. And this one won the coin flip. So I started this and clearly enjoying it a lot more than Assassin's Apprentice, because Assassin's Apprentice took me so long to read, 56 pages or 50 odd pages. This, in 28 minutes, I was on a sprint so I remember how long it was. In 28 minutes I read 47 pages. So it's safe to say this one is definitely better for me. So very excited to finally get to this. Ellen will also be very happy. But I am so tired. The walk was amazing, but that is the most exercise I have done in about 8 months. So I am in pain. My feet hurt, my back hurts. I mean, my back and my knees always hurt, but they're hurting even more now, along with my feet. When we got back from the walk, I put fluffy socks on straight away because I was like, they're gonna cushion my feet a little bit. So yeah, that's all I've really got for you today. Obviously I had a very nice day off work, but I am back in work tomorrow. But I think I've now got to catch up a little bit on the Lady Midnight buddy read I'm doing with Liv and Kat. Kat managed to catch up. Kat managed to catch up. And Liv is catching up. It's going to be a lot easier for me to catch up because I can listen to the audiobook while I work, because it's a book that I have read more than once. So, you know, it'll be pretty easy to listen along while I'm doing other stuff. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, I am going to catch up with that tomorrow, and then obviously read pages of this. But my main thing tomorrow is I want to try and get a massive chunk of this read. I want to see if I can finish this before the end of the weekend, which I do think is doable with how quickly I read 47 pages. This is just over 500 pages. It's 500 and... try not to look at the words. It's 517 pages, but I do think it's doable for me. So this is my aim for basically the rest of the week. Obviously I will be reading buddy read pages of this, and I'll be reading buddy read pages of Lady Midnight, but this is my main task for the week. So hopefully we'll see. So with this, we are due to finish it on Monday, so this will not get finished in this week's vlog. Lady Midnight, we're not due to finish it until end of next week, I think. So again, not going to get finished in this vlog, but I will hopefully be able to finish this in this vlog. So yeah, that's all I got for you. I am very tired and I'm now gonna go to bed. it is Saturday. I cannot remember the last time I spoke to you, but I thought I'd just give you some updates. I'm in the middle of a reading sprint at the moment on Jade's channel, but I thought I would just quickly come in and give you an update because I have not done that for a while. I am slowly catching up on my buddy read of Lady Midnight. I am to chapter 12. It's still breaking my heart all over again. Not to be dramatic, but I would die for Mark Blackthorne. I love him so much. I'm still not loving Assassin's Apprentice, unfortunately. I don't think we're reading any today, which I'm very happy about because I've just got no motivation to pick it up, which I'm really sad about. But what can you do? My aim is to finish this weekend, and I'm on track because I'm now halfway through and I am just flying through this. It's so easy to read. Like, I don't want to put it down. Like, even this clip here, I'm finding it hard to put this down to talk to you because I want to keep on reading. But funny story. So my sister is getting into watching booktube videos, and so she has started joining reading sprints, and she is on Jade's reading sprints. And then my nephew Alfie also decided to join the sprints because he's almost at the end of his book. Jade and Becca and that found it funny that they're like collecting the Fowl family in their sprints. But yeah, I'm really loving this, and I'm just gonna get back to it now, and I'll catch up with you a bit later once I've read more. So I am in my kitchen because apparently that's where I do updates now. I just finished the Ask and the Answer, and I don't have words apart from the fact I put it through Corpal and it come out as 5-star, and this is my first 5-star of the month. So, most likely contender for favourite book of the month. This was amazing. I can't say anything about it because it's book 2. However, now I can't read book 3 until at least June, and it's killing me. I do have 3 books left, not including buddy reads, on my April TBR for before Eurovision-a-thon. So now I need to decide. It's Blood and Honey, Storybound and The Mercies. I've put a poll up on Twitter. But I am going to actually wrap this vlog up now, because I'm probably not going to start anything anytime soon. So I'm going to wrap this vlog up now whilst I try and wrap my head around the ending of this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week for the final week before Eurovision-a-thon. Wish me luck.